Right?
But
Yeah.
don't put off jujitsu to
No,
train.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me get strong first, then I'll do jiu-jitsu, right?
Let me drop 30 pounds first.
Yeah,
Just get in.
For sure,
Do
man.
what you can.
Yeah, no, it's smart, great to supplement with lifting and cross training and other types of stuff. I'm the worst. Like I'd be given advice I should be taking though if I told you to, because I don't. I've always felt like the strength that I have, when people do compliment me and say, "Oh man, you're strong," I feel like that didn't come from the gym. That came from what we're doing right now, sparring, right? Because it's functional strength. It's different. You know, you're not a lot of those lifts you do unless you're doing unique lifts that cater towards jiu-jitsu. You know, a lot of those lifts just aren't as functional as what you need, right? The way we're squeezing, you know, is like you should, if you are going to be working more on your back than anything, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, blocking is important too, but it's the angle, it's everything. Doing jiu-jitsu makes you so much stronger, right? Grappling strength is freakish.
Pushing can a lot of times be frames and framing out, where with pulling, you have to use muscle.
100%. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you can lock out a frame and not even use muscle. Yeah, totally.
That's why it makes sense, dude. Working on your back.
Working on your back more to squeeze, pull. But you'll get that from sparring.
But you also do want to work on your pushing, because especially if you're doing a whole lot of jiu-jitsu, because you don't want to overcorrect on one side. Because if all you're doing is pulling and you're overloading your back, and then the front is starting to fall apart, you got to balance your body out a bit.
Totally. Plus, if you just work out your back, you end up with that surfer posture where you're like, you look like you're cocky, and you're not. You're just, my back is huge.
Big lats.
Right. Wrestler posture too. Like I used to walk around like that because my back was way stronger than my front. Like I had no chest, right? Yeah.
That's a thing that happens. Also, I hear a lot of people wanting to have better posture. From what I've realized, when everyone says that, they always focus on trying to get the shoulders back, but the hips are huge for posture. Everyone's leaning forward and then everything collapses on top of it. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with strong hips have bad shoulder posture.
Yeah, it makes sense. You get your hips underneath you.
Yeah, and then everything comes back into alignment. So if you are struggling with posture, I would say start working on your hip mobility and dexterity, because that's been one of the biggest things that I've had as far as like strength training and everything, is working on the hips, whether it be kickboxing or jiu-jitsu. Having strong hips that can move is huge.
It's really huge. And you'll develop that more so sparring than you will, I think, in a gym. But dude, you could be so smart about it. You know, whoever asked that question, they could go find lifts that focus and cater towards your hips, and be that guy in the gym doing the interesting thing nobody else is doing, right? But it's catering towards being more functional strength for you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I wish I could get myself to. I lack the discipline. I'll admit it. I lack the discipline to stick to working out. Gosh, I hate saying that out loud. It's true.
Dylan's pretty good with that. He's
I only lift weights 3 days a week, but I work out every day.
We're on what, day 98
Consistent
now of
though.
your burpees?
Day 96.
96.
Yeah.
Oh, you of your burpees.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the gym 3 days a week.
Yeah, and then I run. I try to run every day, but some days I'll skip a day.
Jiu-jitsu
here and
sparred
there,
this morning.
Yeah.
Got jiu-jitsu.
He's gonna do a double today, right?
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I was
You
thinking
say
about
that every
it.
time.
I was thinking about it, but I'm feeling beat up.
Right.
I'm fucked
Well,
up right
afterwards you.
That was good training this morning.
So here's the thing: you'll feel beat up after the same.
now. Yeah.
It's not gonna make it worse.
I feel beat up every day. Really.
You'll feel beat up
Pretty
now.
much.
You'll feel beat up after, but at least you'll have a training in there.
What's the better value though? What do you think? Is it like to do a 2 a day and then nothing for a couple days, or is it to spread that out and do one, skip a day, one, skip I think staying on some more of a consistent spread.
I think that would be better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if don't get me wrong, more the merrier. But if you gotta spread it out, like if you gotta nail 3 in a week, I wouldn't necessarily do 2 a day Monday and then Tuesday and then nothing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Right.
Just give us some spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, spreading it out does make sense, and then you can always fill the middle with your strength training. And your
Absolutely.
things.
If you got that discipline, man, do it.
Because